Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Coca-Cola Superspeedway here in the state of Massachusetts for the first of 3 races in this state. We're here for Coca-Cola Superspeedway, as I already mentioned, and this is heat number 1. 9 laps of action, probably looking at pit stops, maybe lap 7, lap 6. We'll see what happens. Here's your starting top 10 really quickly. Bobo Jones, Casey Nanako on the front row. Jonathan Sorlin and Eli Bright in row 2. Hunter Braxton and Sky Commons, row 3. Ryan Brommer and Joshua Sekuli in row 4. With Andrew Rich and Jesse Turner in row 5. We'll go through the rest of the lineup as we get to command the fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Now, several drivers missed their first races of the season last week. The big name on that list was Ryan Brommer, who was 7th in the points. He's down to 9th. Thankfully for him, even though he is 150 behind points leader Dylan Young, he didn't lose that many points because Dylan Young finished in 38th. Only 12 drivers remain who have made it into every race this season. The lowest on points is Cole Deaver, 29th in the standings. So here we go. We'll see what this first heat race is going to be like. It's a cloudy sky. We'll see if heat 2 is a sunny sky or not. Now these cars do not have a speedway chassis. It's an unrestricted low downforce super speedway package where we're going to see speeds of probably close to 240 miles an hour. As you can see, we're already up to 210. You know, we were going about 220 at Dega. This is going to be a lot different. Now you see 230 miles an hour as Sorlin makes a move. Yep, there it is, 240 right at the end of the straightaway. And the crashes here are going to be insane. One little mistake could cost you a shot at making the race. As we see mostly 3 wide here at the front part of the field, and then it singles out at the back. There you can see the lines forming at the back. So single file so far. Sorlin leads the race. As you can see, that middle line seems to hold decently in the corners, and you get a little bit of a run down the straightaway. Speaking of Cole Deaver, there he is at the front of the field. He's going to make a move with Andrew Rich. Talked about Chevrolet winning heat races. Hunter Braxton got his 4th heat win last race at Trenton. Could Andrew Rich be looking for what I believe would be his 3rd? Yes, it would be his 3rd win if he pulls it off. See these laps go down really fast, just 2 laps down already. As we see at the back, Fitzwater in 20th. Magora is right there behind them, but there's a decent gap between 21st to 22nd, 22nd to 23rd, and 23rd to 24th. As Sorlin will make a move. Speaking of Ryan Brommer, up here in the top 5, missed out due to a penalty on pit road. Several drivers got nabbed during the main race as well. It proved to hurt a lot of people's good days. Coca-Cola can do the same things. It looks like Slay Jagger might lose the draft. Now, as long as he doesn't lose it too much, he does not have a lot to worry about, because these drivers will have to pit in this heat race. At least I think they do. And you can see right there, look at that straightaway speed. 245 out of the 3 car. But a clean heat so far. It's when they get 40 car fields on this track and we'll be going 4 wide that things will get dangerous. So far Sorlin leading strong, but Brommer will drop to the bottom. He's looking for that race lead. Brommer has won twice in the heats this season. Could he get his 3rd? Rich straight back to the bottom though. How about Benjamin Ice moving up here? He's closing in on the top 5. And they are only double file right now. Sky Commons up to 4th. Remember, 2 races ago at Dover, he blew up in his heat race, missed the race, and then last race at Trenton, he blew up in the main. So hopefully these engine problems for the 19 team are going to go away. Falling in line in 3rd, Jonathan Zorlin back to the bottom in 4th. As we're past halfway, we're going to take 4 to go this time at the start-finish line. Rich and Zorlin will make their moves. And there's 2 Hellmann's cars on the track here this week, or this month. Everyone's going to be running these schemes for the entirety of the Massachusetts trek. And Hunter Braxton and Eli Bright might get confused here and there. It's the first time Hellmann's is on the 7 this season. And I guess you could say they want to be a part of Braxton's winning efforts as well. So these are the only teams with such a coincidence where the 7 and the 88, they both get Hellmann's, and Hunt Brothers has the 1 and the 98. Looks like everyone's going to pit here except a handful of drivers. And Slade Jagger runs into the back of, I think, Donovan Cage. We see Brian Tremblay and Casey Nanako stay out. And you can see the damage on the nose of Jagger. We'll see if that hurts him or not. There's definite back end damage on the 40. Looks like most cars are going to take right side tires. Looks like everyone's got the right sides up. Zorlin, I'm not sure. I think Zorlin might have taken fuel only because he leapfrogs everyone. Same with Peter Onjak. So that seems to be the strategy. Nanako and Tremblay are really going to be able to drive it into pit road here. That's going to help them out a little bit. Pit road speed here is 65 miles per hour. And indeed, see Jagger and Cage hurt by the damage they sustained. Braxton's back here though. Oh man, Braxton and Jones are... Oh, Braxton's the last one out right now. We'll see what that horsepower does. We're going to see it here as they get up to speed. Look, Bobo Jones already flying way faster than Martin Wild. Something wrong with Wild there. He lifts tremendously. That's going to set him up for Braxton. 2 to go at the line. Zorlin just hitting it right now. This is the battle to watch. Braxton could become another one who's missed a race, but it looks like he's going to get Wild here right after the start-finish line. Quentin Moore. Quentin missed his first race last race as well, I think. Yeah, Moore fell down to 20th in the points. He could be looking at another race missed. They're going to have to find a way to catch up to some of these guys. Meanwhile, Zorlin leads, Rich 2nd, Nanako 3rd, Tremblay came out 4th. So staying out another lap and getting to shove it down pit road really worked out for him. How about Peter Onjak near the top 5? Paco Magora is in the top 10. Strategy here at these plate tracks really seems to matter. So Rich is closing in. Zorlin's got 2.6 seconds. So it looks like Zorlin will get heat win number 3. Cage and Jagger are definite misses. And it looks like it's going to be Wild and Moore missing out as well, unless someone blows up. And race you can see showing as complete. So Zorlin will win his 3rd heat race of the season, or is it his 3rd? Yes, it's Zorlin's 3rd. Braxton will get in on a whim, and Quentin Moore's going to miss his 2nd race in a row. So pretty tough break for that team right there in the 51. Cage and Jagger sustaining damage. But Jonathan Zorlin wins his 3rd heat race of the season. He becomes the first Ford driver to pull off this feat. And with that, I will see you all for heat number 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Coca-Cola Super Speedway. We're getting ready for heat number 2. Real quick, just want to say, if you notice anything different quality-wise in the video or in the frame rate, I have gone back to Bandicam, and real quick, I'll explain why. Is for whatever reason, sometimes the video will record and it will lock up my entire computer. It will freeze and I can do nothing. So this is the test to see, is it really in the video or is it just my computer? But I'm going back to Bandicam, and that's what it's gonna be. If I find out that it's not the recording part of NVIDIA and it's maybe just my video card, then that's gonna suck. But anyways, we're here getting ready for Heat 2. Dale Lightning, RJ Bishop on the front row. Dylan Young, Audra Baranauskas, row 2. Cement Oskin and Johnny Gardner, row 3. Matthew Logan, Seth Cole, row 4, with Edwin Mendez and James Ellison in row 5. Here's the rest of your starting lineup. Here's the command.
Are you ready? Gentlemen, start your engines!
So command has been given. Everyone roll from the looks of things. So I was really aggravated because I got the whole race was done and it was really cool what happened in it. And then I was making a quick look at points and I come back, it lagged a little bit, and then I was about to end the recording and it just froze. So was not happy at all. But so attempt number 2, and thankfully this is also in clear weather because the first recording was, and I found out that they can make it another lap because in clear weather they're not going as fast. So we should see everyone pit, most of the field pit 7 to 8, and there might be a straggler who stays out one more lap. Someone did do that in my first recording and they pit coming to the white. So it made it interesting. But anyways, I've mentioned a lot this season that Heat 2 seems to be the more balanced heat as far as manufacturer winning races. Not counting this race, Ford has a 1-win difference from Heat 2 to Heat 1. If they were to win this, it would be a 2-win difference. You've also got Toyota with a win. Alan Cavanero pulling that off at Trenton. And yeah, you know, they don't have a win in Heat 1, and in Heat 1, you know, they've only got 4 wins from Ford. So Chevy's dominated a lot more in Heat 1 than they have in Heat 2. And we've also had a lot more single winners in Heat 2 than multi-winners in Heat 1. And now I'll have to get used to what is known as the typical Bandicam lag, which is you know, just the way Bandicam records. It takes so much I don't know, it just takes so much more of the performance away from the frame rate than the NVIDIA GeForce recorder does. But that is something I will have to deal with. At least it will be 30 frames pretty much everywhere. We're going to a lot of low-res tracks, not a lot of big track files, so we should have mostly the same frame rate anyways. But back to the racing action. Dylan Young to the lead. Dylan lost a lot of points by finishing 38th at Trenton, so his points lead has gone down to 10 points, as I think I see a gap. Wheeler, Catano, and Rowe. And there's a decent gap back here, but they're all doing pretty good. Everyone's still in line. Benny Watson down to 21st, I think, here. Yeah, indeed. Watson's one of those guys who's made every race on the season. So he's going to pass Voiles, and he'll move himself back into the top 20. Got a good amount of drivers who make pretty much a lot of races miss out from heat number 1. Quinton Moore missing his second race. Donovan Cage missing his second race. Slade Jaggers missing his fourth. Excuse me, and Martin Wild, I think, is missing his second as well. 4 laps down, Dylan Young leading the way here in Heat 2. Young looking for what would be his 4th Heat win of the season. That would put him in the same category as Hunter Braxton. Dale Lightning second. How about Colt Hudson up in third? Corey Riggs, you can see right behind the 38 as well. Man, what would it mean if a underfunded team won a heat race? Lightning's looking for the lead. I think the lowest we've gotten on funded heat wins is probably James Ellison's heat win at North Wilkesboro. Comparatively speaking, Ford having Tringali and Turner win heats is around the same performance level. And Hudson will pass Young for second, but we haven't seen anyone really mid-pack win a heat race this season. And if they're going to do it anywhere, the plate track or a super speedway like this is the place to do it at. Ellison is going to be put 3 wide, I believe there. Nope, he clears RJ Bishop, and Hudson goes into the corner too high, and that's going to open the door for Ellison. Lightning still leads the way. As predicted, nobody pits on lap 6. Now, in my first recording, we had an accident coming into pit road, and it really shook up the back half of the field. Chris Wheeler has lost the second on the pack, but depending how he plays his strategy, he could jump most of the field, or he'll give himself damage like Slade Jagger did. So we'll be coming to 2 laps to go, and they're going to wreck! Zoe Fernandez, Colt Hudson, Dylan Young, Jackson King. And that's going to hurt Fernandez the most. And oh, there's more trouble. Alexander Rose in it, Daniel Voiles, Nico Tringali, Corey Riggs. And it looks like the whole field will come to pit road. Not a soul stayed out. What a bunch of drama. That's going to take out some people. Oh my goodness gracious. Just like Talladega, Heat 2 becomes a disaster. Voiles will retire. Tringali likely to retire as well. Let's take a quick look at the standings. Zoe Fernandez retiring from the race. That will be Tringali's first missed race. And leading them out of pit road is Dale Lightning. So Chris Wheeler will move up to 20th. It looks like Rose trying to fix his damage. That's not going to help him at all. Now can Cavagnaro capitalize here? Benny Watson comes out third, but he's got no horsepower. It's going to be between the 5 and the 18. Does not look like the 18's got the draft of the 5, though. And indeed, 52 and the 38 coming out at the back. Hudson should get 20th, I believe. Oh, actually, I think they're all going to make it because Baranauskas has retired as well. So Lightning takes the white flag. 4 retirees, so those are the 4 missing the race. Baranauskas, Tringali, Voiles, and Fernandez. So Alexander Rowe has been told he does not have to worry. He just has to finish the race. And here comes Cavi. Is Cavi going to get enough of a run on the 5? Could he go back-to-back on heat wins? Nope, he goes into turn 3 high. He's not going to get the draft off the 5 car. And Dale Lightning, who won a heat race back at Talladega, is going to be 2 for 2 on the super speedways as he wins heat number 2. We already mentioned the 4 drivers who will miss out. That will shrink our make every start driver count down to 11. I believe Fernandez has already missed a race. Yes, she's already missed 2. So that will shrink that down to 11 drivers. So congrats to Dale Lightning on winning heat number 2. And to all the other drivers who have made the race. So we will take a quick look at the replay, and then we will end the video.